Hey guys. So I'm hopping on here real quick. Sorry it's a little late in the day, but that's how Fridays go, right? No, well, my allergies honestly have been kicking my butt, hence my cup of hot goodness over here. And my original plan was I was like, oh, I'll just make a big post for everybody to just read. And then as I was writing it, I was like, I feel like I'm gonna lose people, and me, I'm like a novel writer, so I was like, forget this. I'm just gonna get on and talk, right? And live was a little scary because I'm staying at my mom's and it's like tight quarters and I have my kids running around. So anyway, I figured I'd record this real quick and hop on here and talk to you guys. So I'm so excited for today. And I am going to be talking about income and building for income, rank, um, placement, signing up your spouse if you have one, basically all the things to maximize, excuse me, our compensation plan. Okay. And it's really exciting. And this is the thing, you guys, these topics, for whatever reason, make us get uncomfortable. Because number one, it's talking about money. Number two, I feel like placement, legs, all of that like business lingo and jargon, makes us like run away from it. Like we don't want to look because it looks intimidating or like it's over our heads. But it's so important to understand because this is how we build our business and how we, maximize it to just make it the most beneficial for ourselves and our teams. So it's important to talk about. It's important to understand. And I'm sorry if I'm glancing. I have my notes here on my phone here. But I wish I knew when I first signed up all of the stuff that I'm really just starting to learn now. There's so many things I like want to kick myself over because I was just excited or scared to learn. So I was just like, I'm just going to keep my head down and just keep signing people up and doing whatever. But it's important to know and take advantage of and really be strategic and make this the best that you could possibly make it. So learn it off the bat. Don't like listen to it and be like, oh my gosh, this sounds like another language. Watch it 3 times if you have to and take it in and ask questions because these are the things that are gonna build your business and build your paychecks over time and help your team and all of these things. Okay. So um basically today's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to touch on a few things like surface wise, and then I actually have a series of videos from Scotty Hobbs and the whole Dynasty team, which are like top notch professional coaches talking on these topics because I was going to try to piece it together myself, but honestly, these videos are perfection. So and since it's a holiday weekend, you guys have like from now to like Tuesday, really, or Wednesday, to kind of go through them and listen to them. So I'm not going to dive into all the nitty gritty details. What I'm going to do is talk surface stuff with you. And then under this video, I am going to link, or in the post rather, I'm going to link about 5 videos. They're short and sweet and to the point. They're all about 15 minutes. So it's not like hours upon hours of your time. That really digs in and explains things in a way that our brains can comprehend. They use whiteboards for visuals. So I implore you to watch them. Don't watch this and read my post and then put it off and not, because it really is going to be helpful as you guys start signing up coaches, as you're building your business, if you're going to sign up your spouse and all of that stuff. It really gives you an understanding, and you can save them, bookmark them on YouTube, so that way when it does come time to sign people up, or you do decide it's time to dive in and sign up a spouse or your mom or whoever, that you have those to reference to and to go back to and watch, or message me or Catherine or whoever your diamond upline is and ask questions. Okay, so here's the thing, real quick. Like I said, the videos are going to really go into the nitty gritty details. But real quick, I just want to talk real quick about, there is this constant debate. And I know I mentioned this in my very first video that I did for you guys on like the vision board training. There's this constant debate on whether we should push for ranks or build for income, right? So there's always this conversation that goes on. And honestly, if you go on YouTube or if you do a quick Google search, you will find stuff for both. You'll find people who say that rank is the way to go. You'll find people that say building for income is the way to go. And here's the thing. I've been a coach for just about 3 years. And what I have learned deep down inside of this little heart is that both are equally important. Um, it's important not to get caught up in the sparkly ranks, okay? But if you're doing one the right way, the other will follow. And that's how I truly feel. So if you really are working hard to build income, you're eventually going to push for ranks because those ranks matter. And I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. And the other thing is if you're building for rank, maybe those first few ranks, you're not going to see a huge increase in like your paycheck, but eventually, when you hit diamond and start really building your team and start pouring yourself into your coaches, your income's going to follow. So both are important. And I think it's vitally important not to ignore one or the other. You really do need to focus on both. You need to be setting goals for both. And I know I said this in our vision board training, but you should always at all times, at any point in your business, I don't care if you're a coach a week, I don't care if you're a coach for 5 years and making however much you're making, at any time, you guys should always have a goal set for your income and your rank, both, okay? So, let me just find my place here because I tend to ramble and go off of my notes. Okay, so for example, my husband, I've worked really hard to build him. I have him signed up under me as a coach, and I've worked really hard to build his business center. He is supposed to be one of my diamonds, okay? And he's a huge income generator for me. To be honest, sometimes his paychecks exceed my own when he's sitting at diamond. But right now he's currently dropped to emerald rank. Okay. So when that happens, and I'm talking about this now, think of it's you. Okay. If you were a diamond coach and dropped to emerald, I just want you to see the importance here of rank and income and how they work together. Okay. When my husband drops from diamond to emerald, he's getting paid $4 less per cycle. Now, if you guys don't know team cycle bonus, you need to ask your upline for an explanation or go back to our new coach training. I think it's actually, I can tell you right now, I think it's video number 6. I break down team cycle bonus and what that is. But basically, that's once you build a team, you cycle your team's volume dozens of times a day, okay? So when you're getting paid $4 less per cycle and my husband cycles dozens and dozens and dozens of times a day, that adds up to a lot, okay? So that's the first thing that gets nixed, okay? The other thing is he loses or you lose your matching bonus. Now, once you're a diamond coach, you get a 10% matching bonus of any of your coach's bonuses. So say I have 2 diamonds under him that get team cycle bonus. My husband then also makes 10% of that. So that gets nixed when he drops to an emerald rank, okay? And the most important thing that kills me when he drops is that your cycle bonuses get capped, okay? So each rank from emerald rank to ruby rank to diamond rank and up, your team cycle bonus has caps on them. So when you're a diamond coach, you can cycle as much as up to $2,000 a week on top of your paycheck, okay? So that is huge. That's a lot of income if you're really cycling and really have a team and an organization built under you. When you drop down to emerald, you are capped at $250. So like right now, last week, my husband cycled, and if he had been at a higher rank, he would have made more than that $250, but they cut it off at $250 because that's what the cap is for emerald. So all of that income that I'm working my butt off for and that I've worked to build under him gets flushed, and it stinks, and you don't ever get that back. So hold on to your ranks and hold on because I think my kids are fighting. Joshua and Paxton.